Greetings everyone and welcome to Spacing Out. I'm Jason McClellan.
And I'm Maureen Elsberry. Thanks for joining us.
We are here to discuss the news, so here are some of the space and UFO stories that have made headlines recently.
The 2014 Roswell UFO Festival is next week. Attendees at this year's events will notice a few changes at the city's centerpiece, the International UFO Museum and Research Center.
The museum is currently undergoing renovations, and with the festival approaching, there's definitely pressure to have everything completed in time. But the museum's manager, Mark Briscoe, isn't worried. As he recently told KOB-TV News, the pressure is on. It's stressful, but we'll get it done because we always do.
New signage has been installed in front of the UFO museum, but the new marquee has yet to arrive. Inside the museum has added a prop from the movie Aliens. This power loader was used by Sigourney Weaver's character Ellen Ripley in her fight against the Queen xenomorph alien.
Another movie prop will be revealed at the UFO Festival. Briscoe teases, this is from one of the first sci-fi movies ever made. KOB-TV reports that the museum also plans to add touchscreens to its exhibits, but visitors will have to wait until next year to see that addition. Another developing project is taking place at a nearby vacant lot where a UFO park will be constructed, but that isn't expected to be completed until the fall.
This year's UFO Festival features all of the activities attendees have come to expect at this event, such as the carnival, a light parade, and the popular alien pet contest. The festival also features lectures on various UFO-related topics which take place at the museum and at the convention center.
Open Mind's Alejandro Rojas will present 2 lectures this year. The first one is ETs and Religion, and that'll take place on Friday, July 4th at 10 a.m. in the Convention Center Exhibit Hall. The second one will be UFOs and Governments, and that takes place on Sunday, July 6th at 4 p.m. also in the Convention Center Exhibit Hall.
Jason and I will also join paranormal pop culture expert Aaron Sagers for a roundtable discussion on Sunday, July 6th at 2 p.m. in the Convention Center Exhibit Hall about UFOs and extraterrestrials in Hollywood movies and their effect on popular culture.
The 2014 Roswell UFO Festival takes place July 4th, 5th, and 6th in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. You can find more information at ufofestivalroswell.com.
Now this may sound very familiar to some of you, but someone was recently browsing on Google Earth when they noticed a pink UFO in the sky.
This has become a common occurrence in recent years, and this indicates that either Earth is being invaded by stylish extraterrestrials, or the more likely explanation, people continue to be fooled by common lens flare.
The latest pink UFO sighting was discovered in Trout Creek, Montana on Google Earth by a guy in Newfoundland, who then informed a guy in Taiwan. So here's where this particular pink UFO sighting gets a little more bizarre than others. The Google Earth image apparently shows the extraterrestrial pilot of the UFO.
The individual who claims this discovery is, of course, Scott Waring of the sensationalistic website UFOsightingsdaily.com. He posted a video to his YouTube channel to explain how to see this convertible UFO and its driver on Google Earth. He describes in the video's description, I got a report from a guy in Newfoundland, and he found a UFO on Google Earth in Trout Creek, Montana area. I investigated it and took a few screenshots which reveal something that was not first apparent. There's an alien head sticking out from the UFO. Look carefully at the shading and curvature around the head and you will know it's real. I'm just blown away that we have real proof of alien with this photo. I thought it was just a UFO, but this head sticking out is proof that not all UFOs are ET drones, but some are controlled and flown by actual aliens.
A photo showing an extraterrestrial flying a UFO is definitely worthy of excitement, but in the case of the pink UFOs, that is unlikely. It's hard to fly something that actually doesn't physically exist, and these pink UFOs are not physical objects.
People all over the world have detected UFOs using Google Earth and Street View, the feature of Google Maps, practically since the service was launched in 2007. You may remember that back in 2012, photo-video analyst Mark Antonio told Huffington Post journalist Lee Spiegel that he believes these pink UFOs are simply lens flare resulting from the camera's location in relation to the sun's position. And there's an excellent video that demonstrates that on our website. Unfortunately, this commonly seen photographic artifact will continue to bewilder users of Google Earth, especially when there will always be those eager to create and perpetuate mystery where there is none.
Workers took the first step in building the world's largest optical and infrared telescope on Thursday, June 19th, by blowing up the top of a mountain. This alien hunting telescope will be how large? The answer is extremely large.
As its name describes, the European Extremely Large Telescope, or EELT, will be massive. The telescope's main mirror will be approximately 128 feet in diameter and composed of 798 hexagonal 6-foot mirror segments, each of which can be moved independently.
As Wired points out, the current crop of really big telescopes pales in comparison. For example, the Keck telescopes in Hawaii have mirrors that are approximately 33 feet wide. With its massive mirror, the European Southern Observatory explains that the EELT will gather 13 times more light than the largest optical telescopes existing today.
So what does all of that light gathering power provide scientists? Well, Wired describes, for one thing, the ability to see back to the beginning of the universe, watching the first stars and galaxies form. Researchers will also use the EELT to help them figure out the mysteries of dark matter and dark energy. But the thing that has astronomers more excited about right now is the telescope's ability to discover and characterize new planets around other stars.
The E-ELT will be a valuable tool in the search for extraterrestrial life. Its ability to directly image exoplanets and study the atmospheres of planets will help scientists identify worlds that will support life as we know it.
Ignace Snellen, an astronomy professor at the University of Leiden in the Netherlands, explains, with this telescope, you can look for oxygen on other planets. Snellen is part of a group that develops observation and data reduction techniques for ground-based telescopes, techniques that will be used by the EELT. The Netherlands is just one of 15 countries participating in the EELT project, which is operated by the European Southern Observatory.
A tiny blast of explosives occurred at approximately 1:40 p.m. local time on June 19th to clear way for construction at the top of a mountain in Chile's Atacama Desert. Eventually, more than 59 feet will be removed from the mountain's peak to create a flat surface that will support the 2,700-ton telescope.
Although the process is now officially underway, it will take a decade to finish building the EELT. It is expected to go online in 2024.
A 96-year-old man from Tennessee recently recalled a UFO encounter he had in 1974.
The Knoxville News Sentinel publishes a monthly profile of East Tennesseans who are at least 70 years old. On Wednesday, June 18th, the paper profiled C.R. Clough, who spent more than 20 years investigating fires and teaching fire prevention. He also spent more than 20 years as a freelance photographer. Clough shares various memories with the paper, including the time he saw a UFO.
Clough describes, I had bought a Honda motorcycle a few months prior to this incident and was pleased with its performance. Riding the cycle to work one evening at 10:30 p.m., I noticed a very bright light and my motorcycle's engine stopped.
He continues, I was doing about 50 miles per hour at the time. I depressed the clutch and tried to start the engine several times to no avail. After about 15 or 20 seconds, the light was no longer visible and the engine started, and I drove on to work.
Clough is absolutely convinced that the UFO's magnetic field affected his motorcycle's engine. Similar electromagnetic interference has been reported by several UFO witnesses. This UFO encounter is included in Clough's 205-page self-published book titled This Is It, A Lifetime of Wondering with and About Some Wonderful People and Things.
I like this. I love cases where we have physical effects seen by UFOs, and like you just mentioned, we've seen this in a lot of different cases. But the motorcycle one is interesting. I hadn't heard a motorcycle engine being affected before.
Yeah, lots of car engines.
Right.
And it's kind of terrifying because thankfully this was something that was a very brief period of time. Otherwise, he could have been seriously injured and or killed. And
at 10:30 at night, too. So probably not too much traffic on the road.
Or at least a really bad case of road rash.
Right. It's interesting because one of our MUFON sighting reports that Roger Marsh recently posted on UpMySaw.tv was also about a motorcycle who was being chased by a UFO. And in that case, the motorcycle was not affected.
Right. Well, it's interesting. Unfortunately, we just have the story, which is a great report, but that's all there is to it.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because he was a amateur photographer for 20 years. It's unfortunate that this photographer didn't get a chance to take a picture of this UFO that was over his motorcycle, but I don't think he would have his camera like while he's, that would be dangerous. Talk about dangerous. Let's talk about Roswell. Super excited about this. This is coming up next week. We will be in Roswell, New Mexico for the wonderful UFO Festival there. So if you are attending this year, find us. It's a small town. We'll be around. We'll be there the entire time. So look around. You'll probably see us. We'll be shooting some stuff there for Spacing Out and talking with Aaron Sagers about UFO movies.
Yeah, that should be interesting. There's especially an abundance of that going on right now. So some good stuff to talk about. And there's stuff for all the family. I'm not sure. You're participating in the alien pet costume as well contest, aren't you?
No, I won't be doing that. But there's a lot of stuff. They're still working out adding some additional stuff too, even though it's just a week away. So do check out the website we mentioned. And that is all for this episode of Spacing Out. Remember to visit our website, openminds.tv, for all the latest news. And we do a podcast as well. So if you listen to audio podcasts, go to openminds.tv/radio and check out Open Minds UFO Radio. And I want to remind you that we always welcome submissions. If you have a story you'd like us to cover, or if you have a photo or video you want to share, you can always send us stuff at contact@openminds.tv.
And I want to remind everyone that the 2015 International UFO Congress is coming up February 18th through the 22nd, and that is open for early registration right now.
Yes.
So you can get our best deals if you go to ufocongress.com and register. And we're, starting our lineup and doing a lot of planning to make this year better than ever.
And if you think you're going to come, be sure to book your hotel early because it sells out pretty fast.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed today's show, please click on the like button and subscribe to our channel so you know when we upload new content. Thanks again for joining us today. I'm Maureen Elsberry.
And I'm Jason McClellan. We will see you in the future.